Warning, the following, it's just my opinion. So please don't get mad at me, okay? Thank you. You guys, I gotta tell you, I'm really concerned because NAMM is dead. Like, it is so dead. I was just at Summer NAMM yesterday. It is the deadest. I have never seen a trade show like this. I was talking to some people, and it looks like a high school. I don't want to steal this. Rhett Shull said this. It looks like a high school science fair. I mean, it looks like a high school science fair. Like, that's what it looks like. A bunch of just pipe and drape and space. There's not even carpet in the aisles. It's just a cement floor. Look at this photo I got from Gearphoria on their Instagram. They kind of got the aerial shot because I didn't go up to this booth. But the Taylor booth is still way up there. But you look down on NAMM and you realize the hall is empty. In past years, this hall has been full for all the years I've been going to Summer NAMM. The hall has been full. They moved the entire like outdoor space that used to be a stage with performers and everything. People used to play at NAMM with chairs and everything. They'd give awards. That has been moved inside. It's taking up a quarter of the floor. There's a huge lunch area. The floor where the booths are they're spread out, and you might think, well, HW, they probably limited it. No. There's still empty booth space. It's spread out, and you can't even get all the way to the back of the hall. They put up the wall, so it's actually a smaller space, plus they move stuff inside. I'm going to guess there are slightly less than half the amount of normal manufacturers that there normally are at NAMM. I think it looks to me NAMM's about 45 to 50% of what they are. What they were last year the last Summer NAMM 2 years ago. I know we're reopening. I'm just telling you, like this. There's also spots in the show where there's just room. Like I was thinking about bringing a scooter this year. Like because after I saw this, because, I mean, like I said, no carpet, cement floor, and then there's just these huge blocks of space. And then sometimes you're walking down an aisle, and the aisle just ends, and it's just empty. It's just empty spots that no one showed up, like, and there's no name on it, like no one rented the spots. So it is dead. I'll tell you what I noticed too. I haven't lost my voice. I always lose my voice at NAMM, but it's so quiet. It's so quiet because there's only like 3 or 4 amp manufacturers. Valvetrain's there, Rev is there, and then there's a bunch of pedal companies that have amps. I saw a couple little tiny, kind of amp companies. I might be forgetting 1 or 2, but like literally, guys, there's 4, there's maybe 5 amp manufacturers. There's so few amps playing. I literally went to a pre-NAMM like party, and there were more amp manufacturers there. Not more, there were like 3, but that was only a room of like 10 people displaying stuff. It was like local Nashville artists. Walking around NAMM is crazy. It's quiet. And it seems like everyone's just standing around talking about, I can't believe how there's no one here. Like barely anyone's here. We know what it feels like. I'm not going to steal this from Rhett. Rhett said this to me. He said, it feels like a high school science fair. And it really does. Like I was like, whoa, it does. It feels like the whole production value just went way down. Now, I'm not saying this, by the way, with any sort of like malice against NAMM. I love NAMM. I am honestly, with what I saw yesterday, I'm honestly concerned that there even is a Summer NAMM next year, because at some point the economics have to break down. They still have to rent Music City Center. And trade show organizations like this make money on trade shows by renting you the small space for a heck of a lot more per square foot than they rented the big space for. So, it's concerning. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I noticed and what I think NAMM needs to do to fix the problem. Don't worry, old HW is here to help. And in case you didn't know, I'm just going to tell you, I am a bit of a trade show expert. You might be thinking, wow, this guy, amps, Kempers, IRs, this guy's an expert in everything. Actually, in my past career, I was a marketer, and I put on several large trade shows, some of the biggest trade shows in the country I would show at. Now, I only did trade shows that I think the max budget I ever worked with was $75,000, and then we ended up spending $90,000. Whoops, I guess I wasn't very good at my job. But we were in that 50 to 75 range. If you're in the trade show world, you know that's not huge, but I have a lot of experience. I will tell you this, I have set several trade show records, including, here's this, every trade show I've done This is the truth. Trust me, there's no Hall of Fame for this. Every trade show I've done, I have set the year record for most leads gained, most badges scanned, most information got. Because, I know how to get attention. I just do. It's just something that comes naturally to me. So let me tell you what I think needs to happen. First of all, it's so quiet. The trade police, like the NAMM noise police, are gone. They've been fired. They were disbanded, right? They were like the Capitol police. Never mind. Okay. I was just speaking loudly over at the lunch, like the sandwich stand, and the sound police came and told me to be quiet. I mean, that's how quiet NAMM is right now. And I realized this as I'm sitting here. You guys have seen the studio. If you're a Tone Junkie fan, you've seen the studio. You know I've got a collection of vintage amps. I've got 30 to 40 maybe amps in here or something like that. I think I have more amps in my studio than are at NAMM right now. I really think that's true. In fact, I might go count the amps at NAMM because I think I have more amps at NAMM. I have more amps in my studio than they have in NAMM right now, which that is the wildest thing. Here's what NAMM needs to do. Here's one of the things I noticed. And I'm not going to mention any names, but there was a particular pedal manufacturer who bought a booth that was like this wide, the smallest booth possible. And here's why. It was cheaper for them to get a small booth and get a bunch of free tickets to NAMM for their whole team to go to NAMM than it was for them to just buy buyer badges. And let's talk about this. Why would a company who is a manufacturer want to come to NAMM but not show off their stuff? Well, the company that I'm talking about is not JHS, but let's talk about JHS for a second. Let me ask you a question about JHS. Do you think there's any amount of money that JHS could throw at NAMM at a trade show in publicity stunts, anything? Is there any amount of money, publicity they could throw at an event like that that's going to get them more attention than continuing to make content on their YouTube channel, grow their YouTube channel, and make great content and grow an audience? The answer to that question is absolutely not. No way. JHS is probably getting a better bang for their buck spending $100,000 on an editor, on a new face to be in the videos, right? Like, get another guy other than Josh, make some more video, make even more, and even more. They do better to up their live schedule with $100,000 than to throw $1 million at NAMM. That's the truth. And I'll just tell you, from the trade show world, the question has been out there for about 10, 15 years. Is all of this worth it? Does any of this make any sense anymore? Like, does this make sense? And the thing, a lot of times you keep it, is your competition keeps doing shows, and you don't want to be the guy to go, all right, we're not going to do it this year, and then sales fall 30% and you go, whoops. Because you don't want to lose your job, and it's not worth the risk, right? You think it's not worth the risk. But here's what I noticed. I noticed companies coming to NAMM who weren't showing their gear. And why would they do that? And I observed this thing at this one moment. I looked out and I saw Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum. He was talking to Worship Tutorials. Now, Ryan was doing a bunch of videos. I watch Ryan's channel. I don't know if Ryan knows who I am. I met Ryan for the first time. But I watch your channel, bro. Maybe you recognize me from the show. We chat. We did a video. We did some footage together for a WT. But anyway, hey, how you doing? I watched them chit-chatting, talking, and then I look over a little more, and I'm watching Rhett talk to a certain pedal company. I'm not going to drop the pedal company name. I'm watching them talk to this pedal company, and I'm looking out, realizing, and then a certain magazine editor came up, and then a certain amp manufacturer came up, and I just went, this is it. This is the value. Whatever value is still left here, it's that manufacturers want to come talk to influencers to talk about doing stuff, videos. They want to get product out there. They're trying to get on people's platform. And NAMM is the physical space where people come together. I get that it's supposed to be people, distributors signing up to carry new pedal lines and amp lines. I get that. But in a year where no one stepped foot like in an amp shop for like a year, and I talked to some of these people. I talked to one amp manufacturer, again, I'm not going to mention his name, and he straight up told me, I said, how's business, man? Things coming back? And he goes, like, worst year of my life. We almost went out of business. I had to take on local amp repair to stay afloat. Our job was to stay alive. Now we're alive. Now we're going to try to sell amps. And I was heartbroken for this guy. I know this guy, and I've known him from years past, and I was heartbroken for this guy because I realized that on the YouTube side, a lot of us had a big surge during COVID, and these guys went to a lot of these guys went to nothing. And he was doing his thing to be at the show, but so many of those people have gone through a year where they don't have the cash to go to the show. And my fear for NAMM is that those guys are going to have their business recover. They're forced now to go online, to go the content route, to reach out to content makers, to do their own content. They're forced to take the marketing into their own hands, be successful, and as their business comes up, they really got to ask themselves, well, I grew this thing back, not going to NAMM. Do I need to go? And so I'm going to tell you what I think NAMM needs to do, because I think the value in NAMM now is connecting influencers and the community. And the thing you got to understand, this influencer idea, like here, the question that should be out there, how many Rhett Schulls equal how many guys on the boards that people commenting, how many people on Instagram who have 10,000 followers, who have 5,000 followers equal one Rhett. Right? Equal one Paul Davids. So to me, NAMM is in this point where NAMM, if they're smart, they're going to come in and undo the traditional trade show model. NAMM needs to be 3 days long. Listen, NAMM, if you're listening, I know I have a buddy or two who works at NAMM. Bro, don't charge me money. Like I've done consulting for so many businesses. You don't even have to charge me. I'm like, I'll do it for you on this video. We can have coffee. So badly. NAMM needs to be 3 days. Number 1 day needs to be preview day, where you need to get your badge. You need to be a member of the media. It's quieter. It's chill. The next 2 days needs to be public days. And when I say public days, I mean maybe you get super aggressive about who you go out there, or you just say, hey, you could send us your Instagram and you got to have 2,500 followers or more. I don't know. But, and I know public days like stink, but maybe you start going on the boards and getting people who are really active in the community. Maybe you go on Facebook groups. Cause honestly, the way you get buzz going, I mean, think about some of the buzz we've seen. Has 1981 pedals and the buzz they've created, do they show at NAMM? Is Analog Mike, is the King of Tone success because he had a big NAMM unveiling? It's, at this point, the value is getting people together and being the central point. Everyone loves NAMM for what you get to go and enjoy and see and meet people. And you meet so many people. It's so great. I see the Kemper guys talking to Line 6 guys and they're laughing. And I see the Celestian guys coming over to the digital guys, and you should be like, they should be enemies. And then they're making speakers for Kemper and they're making speakers for the FR world. And they're doing all this stuff. And it's great to see. And NAMM is the place we all get together. It's the meeting spot. It's where I meet the guys I watch on YouTube and they go, hey, I've seen your Kemper videos. And I go, oh my gosh, that's incredible. I watch you. You even know who I am? Like, wow. It's where I've met so many friends and so many things. I love NAMM. But when I go talk to people and they tell me how much they spent to be there, and I literally tell them, I walked in this morning and signed up as a media member because I make videos about NAMM and about Kempers and about whatever. I'm here to cover the Kemper booth, and they just let me in for free. I get that I'm doing the media thing, but that is at some point an acknowledgement that you need the media there. And I think the definition of media has radically changed. I have brought two people that I've done videos on some really nice coverage. And I don't even small names. Like I don't know that Fender benefited from this, but I did a video of just watching Lincoln Brewster unveil his Strat. I just was in front, turned on my camera, turned it on, and that ended up turning into, for like that month, it was one of the best performing videos I ever had. That thing took off. And guess what? There was almost no other videos of Lincoln playing his own guitar. And like from NAMM, he did this unveiling, and it was like Fender didn't even record it. So it was great if you were at NAMM. Does a NAMM distributor really care? Like, does a distributor at NAMM really care that Lincoln's there playing the guitar? No, they want to know what MSRP is. They want to know what MAP is. They want to know what the dealer cost is. To me, you gotta rethink this, and this is the time to rethink it. All these businesses are coming out of COVID. They all want help with digital strategy, and I think NAMM has to become the way you help companies leverage digital strategy. If I was NAMM, I would also bring up my own media coverage. I would hire a NAMM media team, and I would do what Premier Guitar has been doing for years, and I would put this out, and I would cram this content down people's throats, and I would ask companies at NAMM, okay, you're getting a big booth at NAMM, you're getting this. Can we do the NAMM exclusive? Can we put this out? Can NAMM do the preview content? Can we do a video with you Friday night before NAMM starts and all the other media outlets go? And that could provide value. And can you do it for 50 other little spots? I'll tell you, there's so many camera dudes you can hire, because half the people who are working the booths at NAMM are just musicians that companies from other locales hire, and then all of a sudden you're the rep, right? Sean Tubbs is at the Rev booth. I think I don't know if he's a Rev endorsed artist, but I know he has a relationship with the company. He does all their stuff. He loves their amps. He's over there talking about the Rev amps. That's just companies going, we want to send the amps. Is there someone over there who can demo them and represent them well for us? And dude, trust me, for years, a lot of the guys who are now on YouTube were doing that stuff. Remember, like Johnny DeMarco? You would just check out this Boss pedal. Anyway, we're evolving. The media is evolving. It's evolved, and what I see is a big fat legacy system that needs to change. Like, it needs to change now. Hey, if you're NAMM, you want to reach out, man, I'll have this conversation with you in a lot more depth, and I could talk to you about KPIs and how to measure the success of this, and then how to go to actual companies and say, hey, listen, no bullshit. We know that in the past you have not been able to have real, trackable, verifiable metrics that help you understand if our trade show is valuable for you. Let me show you how we can provide you with 4 KPIs and the metrics that you can measure, and we're going to give you real exposure, and we're going to give you the KPIs so that you feel good putting your money into this. We'll show you why this is better than a Facebook ad, why it's better than a pay-per-click on Google. It's better than all this stuff. I have sold people on that stuff. That's how you got to do it. You got to come at them as a business owner and go, look, I know time is limited. I know money's limited, and you're looking for the best pay out of both. Let me tell you what I can offer and why I think that's probably better than what you're getting on those other platforms. They will look at your numbers, and trust me, they will go check the other platforms, and they'll go, oh yeah, that is better. That is better, right? And there's a premium too on being able to offer some really good like video and stuff anyway at an event like this, because they want to be featured. They want the shelf space, right? Every brand wants to be next to Fender and Gibson, as long as you got them. But guess what? Gibson and Fender aren't there. They're not there. I saw the CEO of Gibson walking around, but Gibson's not there. I think they have some little thing. Literally, I think the Gibson just has the Gibson throne outside in the front. But yeah, I didn't see him. And then I saw some people there as Gibson artists, so obviously Gibson's still very involved, but Martin's there. Gibson, did they have a little booth? I got to go check, but they did not have their big thing, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe it was like in the front, away from everybody else, or yeah, Taylor still had a room upstairs. Taylor was about the only company that doesn't look like it's scaled down. So, I've been HW. Do with that what you want. HW out.